Hey guys, so how's your Anjo Nala's pool? Mine wasn't very good, but I did get Anjo Nala. You can see it's on the screen, but she's currently P0, and I'm a little bit in a dilemma right now. Whether should I go for more portray or should I not? So here in this video, I want to talk about her. I want to talk about her portray, and you tell me if I should continue pulling for her or not. Please comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe to not subscribe to me, but I do have membership. So if you want to support on what I do in terms of my analysis and my videos, so please join as a member. And if you join, I will use all that money to pull for more Anjo. All right. Okay. Anyway, here are my summons. 144 pulls, right? So 144 in, I only get one copy of Anjo, but I filled 50-50. Let me show you. So this is my pools. The last I got was Centurion. Okay, let me go here. Here. So this is my pools. 10 pools in. I got nothing. I got Yenisei. I thought it was like Duncan, but it wasn't. It was just Yenisei. So 10 pools in, Yenisei. 10 pools in later, nothing. Then the 30th pool, I got Duncan and Blondie. 40 pools in, I got Eternity. Actually, I did not have Eternity. Eternity is actually in the 50th pool. So 50th pool, then I continue 10, 20, 30, 40, and I get Anjo Nala. So in 90 pools, I got Anjo Nala, which is actually not bad. I should have stopped here, but for some reason, I'm not sure why my finger decided to do another 10 and another 10 and there it goes. I used up all my resources, and I was like at 60th pool. So end up I did one pool by one pool. So I end up getting Centurion. The lucky thing is that I did not wait for the loading screen to happen. So I did not know it was a beast unit. So I just let it, I just clicked skip, and then I saw Centurion. Imagine if I were to wait and I saw beast, I was like, oh, this must be Anjo, and then Centurion came out. So thank God that did not happen. So I wasn't really that angry. I did not have Centurion. So I think that is a good addition, because I did wanted to, if like my pool was good below 100 for Anjo Nala, I actually wanted to pull for Yearning of the Water, not Yearning of the Water, but Invitation from the Water, and then to get a unit that I did not get, and that include like Centurion, Druvis, Sotheby. But if I get the threat for the other side, then I will be really pissed, because I have almost all the character from the Star and Mineral team at the moment, except for Ezra. I got Calabauna from the free pool. And that is one of the last unit I actually wanted. No offense to anyone that is a fan of Anjo Nala, but her kit is not good, and I do not like her clunky way of getting the Mars and Saturn. I don't like it at all, and I do not have more portray for Calabauna. So, okay. So basically, in the end, the resources that I kept for Invitation of the Water, I end up using it back on Anjo Nala's banner. So now it's at 144, and I lost to Centurion again. So if I continue pulling to 200, it is quite likely that I can get another copy of Anjo. If the worst comes to worst, I just go with slightly over 200 pulls, like 210 or 220, then I will for sure get Anjo Nala, and then I can exchange for another Anjo Nala, so I can get Anjo Nala to P2. So is it worth to get the P2? Should I use that 54 pools to get the P2? So now I want to talk about the portray. So Anjo Nala's portray. By the way, if you hear of any rain noise, it's actually raining at where I am now, and I'm in the car. I'm not driving, so I'm in the car. So if you hear any background noises, so I apologize for that. But anyway, coming into Anjo Nala, where's she? Here she goes. Here she is. Her portray. In the video that I talk about should you pull for Anjo Nala and her kit analysis and everything, I did not talk about her portray. I did not talk about Anjo Nala's portray, and hence now I want to talk about it, because honestly I did not plan to actually go for Anjo Nala's portray, but I think I went a little bit too deep into a banner, and now it's like I'm at this point where it's just a bit more to get P2. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So if you have Anjo Nala P0, that is totally fine. You do not have to invest more on her unless there are some specific team composition that you want to do. So what do I mean by that? By now, all of you should know Anjo Nala works differently, depends on who she signed the contract with. And so far I've been testing on Limbo. It's so annoying now that there is no final content available, like endgame content, raid or anything for me to really stress test Anjo Nala's kit out and the damage output of the team. So the only place that I went to was Limbo, and Limbo, the enemy died in 3 turns, so I can't really test much anyway. But I tried it with Jay. I link her with Jay, I link her with Mercuria, I link her with 6, I link her with 37, Eternity, those different units. So I can tell you that out of these 3, I find it that linking with a support unit like 6 and Mercuria, that's because of their afflators, is better than link it with the Beast Plan or Star Mineral. So with Spirit and Intellect, what actually happens there? Let's see. Spirit, Intellect, I have mentioned this in my video, but Mind and Flash. So Mind and Flash, every time the unit that she is bounded to acts, and if they are Spirit or Intelligence, Anjo Nala will do a single target. So single target, if you compare to Star and Mineral, might not be that good because Star and Mineral, they do AoE attack. While for While for Mineral and Spirit, it is a single target attack. But the catch here is that it's a rank 1 single target attack, and her rank 1 single target attack will reduce him. And you want to be using him all the time. You want Anjo Nala to be in him status because only then they will trigger Mind Flash, Bone and Blood, and Phantom. So you want her him to be active. And at the end of the him, 7 charges, if you use all of it, then she will cast Angel's Temptation. And this Angel's Temptation hits like a truck. So it's 150 plus 250. That's 400% AoE damage. That is equivalent to, most of the AoE units' ultimate attack. Mercuria is 400%, Eternity is 300, and then Jessica 350. A9 is also about 300 and 400, so she hits really hard with that Angel Temptation. So if you link her with the Spirit and Intelligence, she will be casting this Angel Temptation more often, right? As opposed to if you are using Star or Mineral unit, then you are just casting the weaker version of Angel's Temptation, and it's only 150% AoE attack. So that is not really that good, right? And if you link it with a Star, they are mostly a DPS. So now you have like kind of like a DP and a sub DPS, and they are both like really AP hungry if you really want to focus on them. So you have another 2 unit, maybe let's say 2 Fairy or 6 just standing there, and they wouldn't be buffing the team as much. Obviously you can use any other support, and then you use 1 AP to keep up their buff. But so far what I tested was if I'm using all 4 AP for the unit that she's bounded to and herself. So in that case, if you do it, you focus on Anjo Nala, she is your main DPS, you link her with Mercuria, you link her with 6, she do a lot of damage, and that is actually good enough. But now if you link it with other unit, then you might felt that it will be a bit lacking. And this is where you might consider that you want to pull for portrays, right? So if you look into a portray, the first portray is Form and Phantom, and that is with Star and Mineral. It increased the Angel's Temptation by 100% mental damage. So initially now it's doing 150, now it does 250. So that is a very huge increase in damage. That is like almost double. And the Angel Temptation at P0, she only can cast 2 times. But now at P1, she can cast 3 times. But the thing is that you probably won't be casting that many from your bounded character, because let's say if you use first melody and you are resetting the incantation, you will only have 2 copies, right? You will only have 2 copies of the DPS unit that you are bounded to, and you only use it twice. So it is quite rare you will end up using it 3 times unless you are using unfinished tune. But the thing with unfinished tune is that at some point you might not even get much of Anjo Nala's incantation. So if you want to keep up with the hymn, you might also need to waste some of the tuning points on Anjo Nala instead of the main character. So means sometimes she will be casting 3, sometimes she'll be casting 1. So I still prefer to use first melody to balance it out and just let her trigger Angel's Temptation 2 times per round. So in that case, it's not that much value in terms of the doing the AoE 3 times around, but increasing the damage up to 250% really should make quite a big difference for Star and Mineral team. In that case, they might be comparable to the Spirit and Intelligence team. For P2 is actually for the Spirit and Intelligence team, because here, when Angel Temptation is casted from a completed channel, the mental damage dealt is 375. Here, I'm not really sure. The thing is that it's supposed to be 150 plus 250, right? 150 plus 250. So now it's probably 150 plus 375. So she's doing 500% AoE damage, and her ultimate does 500% AoE damage. So she's like, if that turn you can trigger Angel's Temptation and using her ulti, that's over 1000% damage to all the enemies, and that's crazy. So P2 is for that, and she further reduces the enemies. She further steals attack stats from the enemy, right? So P2 is actually for Spirit and Intelligence, making them even stronger. So if I get P2, well, that will be interesting. Where P3 is for Bone and Blitz, and for Bone and Blood is for Plant and Beast team. So this team focus on ultimate, not the follow-up attack, because she won't be doing any follow-up attack. I tested this. I need a longer fight to actually judge if this is actually really good or not. But probably at this point, with all the other units that we have, and also from the showcase from the China side, everyone is almost linking Anjo Nala with follow attack units, right? To create a follow attack team, not a ulti spamming team. So unless Shemaine came and I can do further testing on that, which is probably like 1.5 months away. But anyway, it increases her ultimate to 600%, and for every negative status is 100%. So this is quite huge for the ulti spamming team. And now the additional Moxie gain is increased to 2. So you can imagine that now you start a turn, you have 4 AP, you use 2 incantation for Anjo Nala, then you use another 2 for, let's say, Jay, or let's say Shemaine. So Jay and Shemaine will generate up to 6, right? Because they use 1, that's 1 Moxie, and now with P3 it gives 2 Moxie, so that's 3 Moxie, so that's 6 Moxie. And Anjo Nala using her own incantation, that's 2 Moxie, so that's total of 8 Moxie. The next turn she can cast ultimate. And now if you have Shemaine in the team providing some Moxie, even just providing 1 extra to Shemaine himself or Anjo Nala, you can use ultimate again in the next round. So with that, you can like spam ultimate every single round. If you are using with other character, they just need to provide +1. Why did I say you need to have that additional +1? Because just now I calculated you have 4 AP, 2 used by the Beast or the Plant team, and that's 6, and 2 by Anjo, that's 8. But now if Anjo Nala's ultimate is ready, you will use 1 AP for Anjo Nala's ultimate, so you can only get 7 Moxie for that specific round. So you need one more in order to trigger her ultimate again. So here you use any other character that have Moxie +1, or like you use Marcus, or you use Melania, but Melania need rank 2. Oh no, Melania need to use the ultimate, then you use a skill. Yeah, with Melania, then if you have P3, you will be able to cast ultimate every single round as well. Because you use the ultimate, Melania use ultimate, then when Melania use any of her incantation, that is +1 more Moxie, so it means that incantation will give total of 4 Moxie to Anjo Nala. Yeah, so it's gonna be quite huge, right? So you can cast ultimate every single round. Yes, so if you want to go for Beast and Plant team, you need to bring her to P3. Or else the bound to Plant and Beast team will be a little bit suboptimal. With Shamaine, no, because Shamaine can give more than 1 Moxie, like 2 or 3 Moxie. So he definitely can ultimate every single round. It's just that the other units, right? With Marcus, it's also quite likely that you can ultimate every single round, so you don't need P3 for that. So do check out on which unit you want to bound. So P3 can be skippable in that sense. So P1 and P2, I would say the value lies there. Yeah, so if I continue to pull on that banner, I have a chance to get P2 Anjo Nala. Definitely not chasing for P5. If you go for P4 after P3, you might as well go for P5, right? Same thing, if you want to go for P3, you might as well go for P5. Yeah, so with that, I conclude this discussion regarding a portrait. So what do you think? Should I pull for her? Should I continue pulling for Anjo Nala's banner and get even more Anjo Nala? Or should I just try to put 10 pulls now and maybe I get Anjo Nala 2 copies of it? Or should I wait for Lopera? Get Lopera first because I definitely want Lopera. Get Lopera first, any additional pull I come back here. Or should I just skip this entirely now? I just stay with P0, Anjo Nala and just continue with my life. Alright, so yes, thank you for watching this video. Do leave a comment and tell me what do you think. Should I continue or should I not? And what should I do, right? And again, please join my membership and thank you very much.